We are here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, at the 6th Invitational 2024. Boa tarde, Brasil!
Alô, ginásio do Ibirapuera, estamos chegando com a grande final do 6th Invitational. Que gratidão imensa tê-los aqui conosco. Eu estou com Ian Chambers, meu companheiro da transmissão internacional, que vai estar conosco aqui. Can I teach you something?
I love learning Portuguese. Teach me.
Yeah, we're all together, right? Because it's Brazil against Brazil. So I'm gonna teach how to say, tamo junto, mano.
Tamo junto, mano. We are all together, and that is because the grand final of this invitational is later on this evening. Brazil versus Brazil. Blood versus blood. Brother versus brother. Who will raise the hammer when it is all said and done? Will it be W7M?
Ou será FaZe Clan?
Now, what's really cool is, no matter what, we are making history here at the Ginásio do Ibirapuera in Sao Paulo, because for the first time ever in esports, a Brazilian team will raise a world championship on home soil.
E é verdade, pela primeira vez um time brasileiro vai levantar a marreta e vai ser campeão mundial em casa. Aliás, que delícia! A última vez que a gente teve essa oportunidade de disputar um campeonato mundial em casa, tomamos 7-1 da Alemanha. I'm just saying, last time we played home in the World Cup 2014, Germany beat us for 7-1.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, today's a party day, it's a happy day for us.
Yes, and we are starting with the most beautiful moment, possibly, of my career. Now, Siege has been around for a long time now, and there has been a man who has been part of it from the very beginning. It is time to reveal our MVP for 2024. This commendation is so special. It wouldn't be Siege without him. It's Milosh.
I had my first ever event not far away from where we stand here. I saw the devs, I saw the players, I saw my fellow casters. Everybody was having fun in a way that I really wanted to be a part of it. And I met the woman that later became my wife thanks to Rainbow Six. And I say this game changed my life. It really did in more ways than you can believe. My name is Hassan Finch, better known as Milosh. I'm a host, commentator, analyst, caster. In general, I'm just a huge fan of esports and a lover of Rainbow Six. I come from Lebanon. When I was born, computers were still a rarity, but my uncle had his own computer. I was hooked from the first moment, and I can't even imagine what my life would have been like without video games, really. We played strategy games, Warcraft, Age of Empires. I really enjoyed it, but I really also enjoyed talking about it. I had watched, at that point, the earliest days of a YouTuber by the name of Dasker who playing these massive games of Battlefield 3, and he would commentate over it and stream it and do these videos, and I thought, I want to do more of that. The video comes out, hey, we actually need commentators for a tournament. All you need is a headset, come on in, and we'll find a way. And at the end of it, the person that's in charge of this broadcast project says to me like, hey, there's something there. And I'll never forget it, because that day it made me think, damn, I can actually do this. Later on, 2016, I go to Paris Games Week, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege comes out around that time. The game, when it's played by professionals, looks absolutely sick. I'm just standing there and watching the action. I go back home and I'm thinking, damn, I need to find a way to cast this. This is really sick. I asked Vitalia and Berigini, the Brazilian casters, do you think there's a way for me to come in here and cast? Like, absolutely, we need people to cast our region. I start casting the game. I have no clue what's going on because it's different when you're actually observing it, but you very quickly learn. And that's where it started. In early January, I get the call from ESL asking, hey, 6 Invitationals coming up in February. We need someone to cast the B stream. I couldn't believe it. I was being paid to come in and talk about a game that I love most and about the best players in the world. Pengu at the end of the event comes up to me and says, hey, welcome to the family. And he takes off his jersey that he got the entire team to sign, Penta, and gave it to me. That was a moment I never even imagined.
There was no doubt for anybody since the very early days that Milosh is going to be around for a very long time. He's a hard worker who's super passionate. And when you do something for free because you love doing it and you're good at doing it as well, you only have one way to go, and that's really upwards.
During the Gamescom finals in 2017, I was asked, would you like to join the talent team in Katowice? We got it done, and I was here in January 2018 with Kixen and Taro and Emzo. Finally, we're kicking off a full Pro League season together.
You know, we got to grow together for almost half a decade. It was just the 4 of us. That was it. We were the Poland crew. We basically became a family.
We lived far away from home. This was our new home. We had to look out for one another anyways, and we got through it. Because the main thing for us was, how can we make the show better? Through 2018, we saw that this game was it was taking off. With every event, it kept growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we get to SI2020, which to me is the apogee. This is the zeitgeist of Rainbow Six, or at least my career within Rainbow Six, because I still feel those flashing lights. After that SI, we're so excited, we're so happy, everything's going well. And then, well, COVID happened. Out of it, I felt like I emerged from some sort of cocoon. And when things started really looking up that we're getting out of it and we're planning events, I didn't believe it. I still can't in so many ways. But Kix was no longer here. Just being here in the city, it's like something's missing. We finally have the shot after almost 2 years of no live events of going to a venue, and we get to Montreal. And it's full of thousands of Seacharans. To be that conduit in the middle of that arena, if I may be egotistical for a moment, fucking cool moment. It felt like we were really back. 6 Invitational in Brazil. If you told me about this 6 years prior, we would have an SI in Brazil, I tell you, that's insane. And to be there again, in the middle of it all, to tell you here in the arena, and all those watching at home, they've given me a life I could have never imagined.
His voice, face, just his entire personality is synonymous with so much Siege history.
He is the face of our talent scene, he's the host of all the big events, he's the voice to all the intros.
If you hear a Siege event and you hear his voice, you know it's a real event worth tuning into.
Milosh really is like one of the OGs of the whole scene. Been watching him forever.
Rainbow Six feels like home when Milosh is around.
You are always fighting to find a home. My home is in front of the camera, in the middle of an arena, talking about the thing I love the most.
Normandy, Milosh!
Façam barulho! Milosh, o MVP 2024. Esse cara ajudou a construir a nossa comunidade. That's yours. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Milosh, you have been a part of the tapestry that is Siege. You have been a part of the fabric from the very beginning. Try and put into words what this moment means to you.
It's a culmination of 12 years of career, 8 years in Rainbow Six. I built my career casting Brazil, way before Brazil was even allowed to play competitively. And Brazil is my home in Siege, and I'm so happy that I get to be at SI in Sao Paulo to say thank you to all of you.
Ele disse que tem 12 anos de carreira, 8 construídas dentro do Rainbow Six e começou narrando aqui no Brasil. Então ele se sente parte do Brasil antes mesmo de vir pra cá. Thank you, man. Gave me goosebumps.
Milosh, you've been a part of so many huge moments in Siege. You've made so many amazing friends and colleagues along the way. If you could pick the best moment of your career so far, what would it be?
I think it's jumping around from one country to the next with Kix and Antero. I love all of my colleagues. But as you saw even in the video, we built a family together when we were all away from home. And Parker is my brother, the brother I never thought I was missing all the way in Canada. I have my own, of course, Ahmed. I love him to death. But Kix and Antero are two brothers that will never leave my side. And Emzo was there through the entire time. Spending time with them is my favorite thing in this whole world. And I wish I could get it back for a moment with Kix, but he's always in my heart.
Bom, ele disse que o momento mais especial da vida dele foi pular de país em país com os irmãos dele, o Inteiro e o Kickstar. Ele gostaria muito que o Kix estivesse aqui com ele hoje, mas o Kix está dentro da alma dele e segue junto com ele.
Milosh, you are literally the man on the mic when it comes to Siege. I don't even know why I'm interviewing you right now. I'm going to give you the microphone and you can say whatever you want to say to your adoring fans at home and here in Brazil.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Brazil. You know, I'm used to talking about others. Our job on that stage is to talk about the best players in the world. It's not about us, and it never should be. So excuse me if I'm a bit awkward talking about myself for a moment here. I'm not really used to it. I am incredibly privileged to have had a family that cared for me and loved me from day one, and have had the resources, an incredible privilege in this world, to go and study abroad in Europe and build myself and become the man I stand in front of you today. I have made countless friends in esports and all over the world, and I've learned so much about so many cultures and so many peoples that I will never forget, and I'm so grateful, to the point where without Rainbow Six, I would not have met my best friend, my wife, Paula. I love you so very much. Thank you, Rainbow Six, for introducing me to her. You've changed my life forever. And today we're here in Brazil at SI24, but 10 years ago, slightly more even, my grandfather sat down with me. I was finally visiting family after a long time away. And I was young, I complained, hey, Granddad, it's really not nice not having a computer. I'm so used to it. My laptop doesn't really help me out. Just turns to me and says, of course. He gives me money from his own blood, sweat, and tears and tells me, go, build what you want. And it's thanks to my granddad that I could play and have that computer and be here with you today at Six Invitational. And I'm very proud of that. 4 years ago, 2 days before SI 2020, the height, I guess, of everything in the pre-era, my granddad died. He passed away 2 days before SI. And I had no time to go and say goodbye. But I knew one thing, that even though he had no idea what I do, He saw that it made me happy, and he believed in me. And I wanted to go to that SI in Montreal and make him proud. Habibi, Juddu, Allah yarhamak. I hope we get to see one another one day. Thank you to the dev team that made this incredible game. Thank you to the people that chose me, to you, the community, and everybody at Ubisoft in Montreal and all around the world that chose me to represent this. I can't believe it. I hope that I can do you proud at every show and every time you see me on camera. I love you very much. Thank you. Muito obrigado, Brasil. Habkon. Allah yahmikum.
Uma salva de palmas, galera. Merece muito. Vou tentar resumir o que ele disse aqui. Agradecer o vô, que deu dinheiro para ele comprar o primeiro notebook dele. E assim ele conseguiu começar a carreira dele. Graças ao Rainbow Six, ele conheceu muitos amigos, a esposa Paula. Então, muitos e muitos amigos, a carreira dele, a vida dele mudou graças ao Rainbow Six Siege. E ele tem um carinho especial pelo Brasil. Mais uma vez, gostaria de pedir ao ginásio do Ibirapuera para aplaudir o mais alto que a gente conseguir, Milosh!
What a man. What a beautiful moment. Milosh, congratulations one more time. I cannot wait to see your career continue to grow and flourish. But for now, you've got a big day ahead of you. Are you ready to get back to the desk?
Buddy, the one thing, we have a fucking show to do.
He's got a point. Let's do this. Thank you, Milosh. One more time for Milosh! Woo!
Okay, we're just starting.
Emotions are high right now. Man, that was a lot. But listen, as Milosh gets set up, let's just check one more time, because I've been really curious ever since we found out that this was going to be a grand final, all Brazilian grand final, who this audience would be rooting for. Should we do a quick test?
Let's do it. Vamos ver, torcida. Hoje temos dois brasileiros, já somos campeões. Isso é bom, isso é bom. Mas temos W7M, FaZe Clan, e a gente vai testar aqui o grito de vocês para saber para quem que vocês estão torcendo. Let's start with you.
Brasil! W7M!
Noisy. Ok. Alô, torcida da FaZe Clan! Uou!
All right. Well, that grand final will be coming your way later on, but for now, it is back to our MVP of 2024, Milosh on the desk.